It played it again. Hey, welcome. We're with I'm over here with Tennessee Flatbed, and we got students testing tomorrow, and we thought we'd jump on here for a Q&A. And oh man, look at this. This is great. Look, Peg Leg, the first person I seen with the new member color right there. Man, that is awesome. It's green. That's awesome. And Nick, look at Nick's too. Nick is green too. Check that
Hell
out.
yeah.
Heck yeah. So, that's awesome to see members in here. That's cool. I like that.
Let's go.
Hey, Kiersey, what's going on? Kiersey, Hans wants you in the studio sometime. Or hey, Kiersey, my mic blew up today right before the live, so I kind of have your problem right now. I'm using the laptop mic that's on the computer, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that situation.
What's going on, Kiersey? I'm gonna have to remember to stay back so that sun don't glare off my big ass chin.
Yeah, it happens. Come along with Uncle Joe. Man, that sounds like a guy passing out ice cream in a scary 1990s van or something. But
ice
hello,
cream?
brother.
I want some.
Dude, I know. Like, I'm a sucker for that. Oh, versatile. Sorry, man. I don't know what happened. We did leave you out. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? How's it going, brother?
What's going on, Jeff?
Leah. Look, another member. You see that trucking along with Kiersey? She wanted a green name too. Look at that. Hey, thank you for the membership. I'm gonna be putting those videos up to the new members first, and then I'll let them out for everyone else. And I'll probably some videos I'm gonna just have for strictly for members only. So.
Oh, her new mic comes tomorrow or today.
Oh, good, good. Mine's broken. It drives me nuts. Check that out. Their names stay green after that. That is awesome. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
The names stand out more like that. That is super cool. See, Han says, indeed, Kiersey needs to join live. Yeah, Kiersey, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see your lives again. Like, it's been a while. What were you saying, Thomas? Go ahead.
Hans finally hit the member.
Oh, look at that. Hans, we were talking when we saw the first one jump in that said new member. We were all like, we can't believe it wasn't Hans' first thing. Hey, look, Jeffrey just got his permit today. So
congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations. I know it's hard work. You got to do some studying. Speaking of studying, so how you feeling about pre-trips right now, Tennessee?
Oh, I don't know if I can really say a whole lot about that right now. I mean, I just when you tell somebody to do pre-trip and then you hear their pre-trip and it's like, really, you had 2 weeks to do it in. I mean,
yeah,
it's just
people are starting to put off that pre-trip again, like it's not important. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I just don't get it.
It makes no sense. That's the first thing they're handed when they come into class, and then it's the last thing they're worried about. It's like there's priority somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm about to start a poll on this. So I'm going to start a poll on this and ask what's the hardest part. I'm doing a live. Yeah.
So while you're doing that, has anybody seen my new video I posted up on Sunday? I mean, honestly, do you guys like stuff like that, or do you want me to change that? Make them shorter, longer? What do you want?
I think it's whatever you want to do. If you want us to show us a lot of your drive, then like let's see a lot of the drive. I just started a poll. I'm looking for information on it. What do you think the hardest part of the test is? Because we all have our own opinions. What's the hardest part? So it would be good to get some feedback from some people, see what you feel like the hardest part is. Just casually glance over me like I don't exist.
Hey, we're bouncing today. We're bouncing.
Versatile duckling. You're not a new member, so we gotta skip that.
Hey, he said
Okay.
green, so did he?
Oh, no, I don't see him green. What's the subject today? Anything we want to talk about, like we just going with it. It's mostly Q&A. If anybody has some questions, throw them in here and we will try and get them answered. And we got a professional flatbedder over here that can answer some questions on flatbed. And we got the hard working reefer guy over here, you know, swinging doors, raising landing gear.
Yeah, the only thing I see you having a hard time with is those stuck landing gears.
I have amazing 8.2 video I've been working on, really up to my editing skill. Hey, man, I'm waiting for that video. I need to know about the 8.2s, the 7.3s, the 5.9s, whatever there is, man. The logs, since they added the 7.3, I am completely lost. I've always had a problem with those 7.3s and stuff like that. I know how to take an 8-hour break, but kind of have problems with some of that other stuff.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
What's going on, Skeletor? Yeah, on Kiersey's thing, I mean, flatbed, some of us use that 8.2 7.3 split on flatbed side. But yeah, I'm gonna say we are the ones that use usually that 34-hour reset, because we run that 70-hour clock to its fullest.
So what you're saying is your flatbed guys, they're taking a 34-hour break out there, so they definitely can study some pre-trip in their spare time.
Well, on that, yes.
Here she says, my current students are awesome with pre-trip. Then they test on Saturday.
Well, I wish I could be there on Saturday. Usually I work on Saturday, but this weekend I'm actually off because I'm going somewhere special.
Oh, I hope you make a video.
I will be making a video.
So make sure y'all are subscribed to Tennessee Flatbed so we can find out what that video is going to be about, where he went. Pre-trips and post-trips aren't necessary. Those super truckers, see Hans, I'm trying to figure out how to make a super trucker emoji for Hans. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was trying to figure out a way to make a super, like a big rig, like a truck hauling the big HG, you know, or the word super trucker HG, something like that, for a little emoji for my members. I'm down. Like I'm gonna try and make something, and we're gonna have Hans is gonna have his own sticker. Super truckers don't have time for pre-trip or post-trip.
Right. Real quick, versatile duckling. Oh, just hit a $20.
Oh, whoa, way down here. Members are nerds. Donations are pros.
I know. Me and Twisted already talked about this. Well, the donations we really don't want. I mean, we do like them, but we're not going to ask for them. But yet, you sent several donations his way, but you didn't hit me up at all.
Who?
Versatile duckling.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not begging for, like, whenever it comes, like, don't get me wrong, I really appreciate them and it's awesome and it's cool. Like, I'm not gonna ever beg anyone for a donation, and I'm not like, I don't ask for it. If y'all feel like I'm doing a good job, then hey, that's awesome. But like, I'm not trying to get money from my subscribers. I'm not trying to take any money from you guys. I want y'all to be able to spend y'all's money however y'all want. And if it's one of these super chats, then cool. And if it's not, then spend it on something that makes you happy. You know, I just don't like. I feel like y'all are spending like giving me a lot of super chats, and like I'm like, man, you could go get you another like big energy drink or something. You know, I just don't want to be that guy. Like, hey, give me a super chat, or I'm not talking no more for the rest of the channel.
I did throw
my
my GoFundMe in there just so we can throw that out there. But that'll be the last time today I'll throw that out there. So if anybody does want that link, scroll up and see it.
Yeah, for sure. Where was I at? The post trip and good evening, guys. Glenn, what's going on? Pre-trip is first
level gate.
Yeah, you have to do this. Okay, you're driving a 80,000 pound vehicle down the road. You're the one that's responsible for it. So you need to make sure that the vehicle is safe. Like, go do a walk around, go look at stuff, check your brakes and stuff. You don't want to have an accident and it be your fault because you didn't do a pre-trip. Just something to think about.
Well, let's look back at that guy that did that accident in Colorado.
Okay, I'm
Could
listening.
that have been prevented from a pre-trip? Or even hitting the check brake area just before he went down that mountain? I mean, so you never know. If you pre-trip your truck, you know what it's like. Then you have no excuses.
Hey, that poll was never saw that before. Yeah, I just figured out how to do that. Like I'm learning, guys. Like I'm trying to learn and make this better. And I was just about to talk about that too. It's funny that you brought it up. I am seeing 75% of people are saying pre-trip is the hardest part of the test. I have 25% is backing and 0% says the road is the hardest part on the test. So right there, our biggest numbers are the pre-trip is the hardest part. That's the one part a student can control with hard work, studying. And I tell people all the time, your words are telling me you want this. Your words are telling me that you want a CDL. Your words are telling me you want money to provide for your family. But the thing is, your heart has to be in this too. Like it takes heart. You want to be the guy that's not like, I have to do this. And we talked about this, me and Tennessee talked about this today. You can't be the guy that says, I have to do this. Have to do this means that you're kind of forced to do it. What did you tell me earlier on the phone? Somebody has what pointed to their head?
Yeah, I want to ask that student where the gun is that pointed to his head. Who's telling him he has to do that? The only reason why you come to Prime or want to get your CDL is exactly what I just said. You want to get this. You want to do this to better your life and a career that's going to take you places. Somebody making you do it you ain't going to do it. But you want to do this. You put your heart into this, and you sit there where me and Twisted are and Kiersey is, and Duckling is.
Yeah, and you know it's not the I have to do this is what we're looking for as instructors. It's I want to do this. I want to do this. I want this bad. I want to be a truck driver. That is when you have your heart in it. But hey, I have to do this. I have to get paid. That's kind of like it's a hard thing to deal with. I know that you want it, and I know that people they say, "Man, I got to do this. I have to do this. I have a lot of riding on this." At the end of the day, do you want to do it? Is the question you should ask yourself.
It comes back to, I heard a lot of it. My family rides on me getting this job. I have to get this job, but it still comes down to, do you want it? It's you got to want it to understand everything that you're doing to get into this. If you have to do it, you're just going to look over it going, I can skate by. If it's I want to get it, I gotta have my heart in it. Then your heart is there for your family. You're gonna 100% that pre-trip. You're gonna 100% that backing, and you're gonna 100% that road. That's what you're gold for, is if you want it. Now, if you have to do it, do you give a crap about any of that? I don't see it. I don't see that anybody that tells me they have to do this. You see what I'm saying, Twisted?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I feel the same way. Pegleg says, I do wonder if people will do pre-trip more if DOT gave them tickets at scales for not being able to do pre-trips on a level 1 inspection. And at a scale, the DOT officer can look at your logs and be like, oh, it says that you do the exact same time of a pre-trip every day. It says that it's 15 minutes every single day. You might be like, you know what, let's see your 15-minute pre-trip, go. And he might time you and make sure that you're doing 15 minutes. Like, you better be hustling on it. If it's 15 minutes, and you better be setting your own timer, and you better finish right at the 15-minute mark. So, you know,
yeah.
it's not.
I was going to say the only problem I see in that is in logs class and our class, when our students have to take log classes, they tell the students that it's DOT that does that pre-trip for them on a level 1. Yeah. They don't make the student get out and make that pre-trip. Show them, hey, just like we do on the exam, where our student tells our examiners what they're pre-tripping. They don't do that for DOT officers. And I think that should happen. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Isaac Dad said, sup, fellas, kicking off early again. Yeah, sometimes we can't wait till that 7 o'clock mark. Now, we're going to be here at 7 o'clock, but we like to come in here. I'll send them the code, and we like to kind of sit here and talk a minute and just, chill out for a minute. And then when we're both say, hey, you ready? Yeah. You ready? Yeah. We kick it off.
Look at that. We got another member.
Oh, I got to go down here.
Yeah, remember your play spot.
Hey, we got a new member. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, and welcome to being a member.
Yeah, let me get up to them numbers.
Emojis. I don't know how I use them for members. But there's some new emojis that you can use. What's a 34-hour reset? Never heard of it. Yeah, you wouldn't know about that, Hans. You got 3 logbooks. Nowhere in 3 logbooks it needs a 34-hour reset. Tennessee going to the Dragon Tail.
I ain't gonna tell you. You'll have to subscribe to me to see what the video is.
I think Nick's already subscribed, brother. I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling that to everybody else because they see that comment up there.
Daniel owes me a lot of merchandise. Everyone spam him and give my dues. He was trying to hustle me, man. He said, hey, I did a live. It's time to pay up. Where's my hat? I was like, I don't even have no hats right now.
Hey, I was like 6 or 7 in before I got mine.
Trailblazer came out there to see us on the pad yesterday.
Yeah,
and he's here.
It was good talking to you, man. It was good talking to you, Trailblazer.
He's here to upgrade. He was telling me on the lease trucks list, because he decided to go lease, and he told me that there is like 4 or 5 internationals on the list that nobody's touching. I wonder why. Yes, Kiersey has a very beautiful soul with her donations.
Oh yeah.
Yes, for sure. And she always, I don't know if she's doing one right now, but she usually always is donating everything to a good cause. It's awesome. She does a good job. She has a good heart. She's great. She's awesome with students. I saw Prime Trucking pulling a dry van trailer. Does Prime have a dry van division now?
I don't know why you flipped to me, because I don't do reefer.
So I know we got a lot of roller decks. I don't know what's going on with them. I want to say that they're doing something in Chicago area with that new terminal, or I guess it's a drop yard. Well, you know a little bit from hearsay. You know somebody that's went over there. What did he think of it?
He thought it was a pretty decent facility. He didn't like the fact that they don't have a tire bay for him to change out tires for trailers. And he's seen a lot of tanker, very little reefer, and no flatbeds. So we'll see what kind of area that it's in, even though we're flatbed ourselves, we're happy that it opened up because it is a stop for us halfway out of Chicago. So, yeah. I mean, but I'm surprised you didn't see any flatbed at all up there. But Manuka is actually just opened up and getting bigger. So we could see a lot better stuff out of Manuka.
Yeah. Any parking, any extra parking you can get around there is going to be good. Where are we at? I think we were right here. So, no. Yeah, the guy in Colorado, one of his problems was his brakes, but the second problem was he needed to hit an escape route. You're exactly right. He should have hit an escape route.
Yeah,
there are good videos on pre-trip. I saw one of Prime that was done about a year ago, and it's close enough to reality. Isaac Dad, I have a whole list on pre-trip on my channel. So if you go to my playlist, there's a whole thing of pre-trip right there. And well, go ahead, tell the guys about the YouTube copied video that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got somebody that's not saying names, working for Prime that what are we gonna say, scalped? Is that word I'm looking for? Or poachered?
There's a guy that copied the entire Prime video and posted it to his channel and
posting it as his, and then trying to get the referrals off of it. If you're going to look up the Prime videos, make sure it's actually a Prime video or Twisted's. I do have Twisted's pre-trip videos in my playlist until I'm able to make my own. So,
all right. So when you go to my channel over here, you're going to go down to where it says playlist right here. Click on this tab. Then you're going to click down here to the priming pre-trip inspection.
Twisted, do you have any tips on?
That's the first video of it. It's tips and stuff, and the playlist is over here. You got engine compartment, you got fuel area, trailer, you got pre-trip, lights. And I even do like restarting for air brakes.
For what?
Restarting for air brakes, how to find the voltmeter, building the air again.
So when you're doing pre-trip, you should start
off. It's a lot of good information. We got a flatbed trailer down there at the bottom, and we have a Peterbilt in there. I think one of the best videos for you to watch, for most people to watch, is this light inspection. Don't pay no attention to that old intro.
Yeah, it looks like we need to redo that one.
Marker light.
Yeah. But I'm walking around the trailer and I'm pointing out the lights like you would really do on your tests. And also, if you watch, like, skip forward, that annoying video.
It's not cracked, bent, or broken.
But look, I'm using a tire gauge to point at stuff the way you need to point at it.
Walking the stairs.
And I do.
Probably not secure.
Not go ahead and mute that. I do have a tire gauge in my door for my students that need to use something to point with so they don't get their hands dirty. That way they have something to point with. I do have a pointer stick. Not a whole lot of students ask for it, but something that helps to point that pre-trip out. I mean, it helps.
Yeah, definitely does. What's up, Big Houston?
What's going on, Big Houston? I do want to shout out real quick, Skeletor. I appreciate your subscription. He's subscribed to me now.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading Versatile Duckling. They got some jokes. Both of us young bloods and a female's perspective, both are needed. Glenn, you says you have to have a passion to do this job. I have noticed a lot of YouTubers leaving. Yes, and a lot of people need, like, whenever it comes to doing a YouTube, wait until you finish all your training and stuff, and then when you get your own truck, start that YouTube. Right now, it's too stressful during PSD and TNT. You need to stay focused on what is really important. Got to want it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would never do YouTube personally. I have the passion. I don't have the passion or the time for it. Those tires ain't burning, man. You ain't making money, so I can understand that.
Hence why it took almost a week for me to get my first video out for a while.
How hard is it for big guys to get in top bunk? Serious questions. One of those things I'm worried about.
All right. Since he threw it to me first, I'm going to let you know I had a close to 400-pound guy climb my ladder and get on the top bunk, and he was afraid that he was going to fall and squish me. He did not. He had no issues, and I have to tell that to every one of my students. They have no problem being up on that top bunk. Now, there is a weight, but I haven't hit that limit yet, so hopefully that answers your question.
So, yeah, you know, there's a ladder there, and you can get up there, and it's not too bad. I picked a skinny guy answer at first because I figured that he would have a good suggestion for it because it's like, you know, I don't know. He's a little bitty, so I figured he would be like, "Oh, you just run right up the ladder, 2 steps up there, jump, and you're up there." And I was going to be like, "That doesn't work for big guys. That doesn't work for big guys." But
hey,
yeah,
at least they're not in these new trucks. There's a ladder. In my truck, my first truck was a 2017. We called it the playground. It was like trying to climb monkey bars, but they were further apart than like this. So
I liked the old truck. I really did. I liked the old truck. I like how it was 2 steps up there, boom, boom, and jump. Like, I liked it more. I hate the ladder. The ladder is in my way all the time because what is hard about the ladder, since we're talking about big people, is when big people have to get off a bottom bunk with the ladder down.
You don't think thin. You don't think
skinny flatbeder. What you saying? Go ahead.
I said you don't think thin, brother.
Little bitty skinny flatbeder just scoots right between the ladder. He probably goes through the little hole in the middle of the ladder and jumps right out of there. And he's like, boom, out. Me?
Superman.
I gotta put the ladder up. I gotta put it back down. I gotta get out of bed, put it back down. You know, it's a pain for me. I hate that ladder. Tennessee Flatbeder. Oh, I was going to read that one. Hit the like button. Yes, for sure. Hit the like button. Thank you. You know what? Let's go ahead and review. Let's check on the poll and close it out. So, what's the hardest part of the test? We have 76% pre-trip, 24% backing, and the road was 0%. Nobody said the road was hard. So, man, thank you for letting us all know that. It was fun to take a little poll right there. Thank you. So we're going to end that poll. That way it won't be popping up all the time for people coming in.
Heck yeah. We got 17 votes total on that too.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, that was the first time I ever did a poll. I barely found out how to do that the other day.
And I did post my link real quick.
Okay. Yeah, it's right there. Awesome. Yeah, you got to have that sucker on copy and paste with the way people's been asking you for it. They've been like, where's that link? Where is that link? Got a new subscriber. Just that easy. Peg leg. I haven't seen a roller deck since my days in baggage and cargo handling, working at the airport in Dallas and Denver. Ooh, hard job. Forget that.
Some good places to be at too.
I do pre-trip at the beginning of every shift and concentrate on tires and brakes. And I swear I don't see anyone actually open their hoods and spend 1 minute looking at it. Literally takes 1 minute. Yeah, and that's called complacency. A lot of people have got complacent out there, and that's why you're not seeing it. Or they're just too lazy. Same thing. They're like, it's just laziness. It's uncalled for. It's unsafe. Han says, I haven't seen many open their hoods at truck stops, but for me, I check my stuff on post trips like tires, brakes, fluid levels, not on the pre trips. So for sure, you're still getting it done, though. You're still getting it done. So another one. Hit the likes. Thank you, Isaac's dad. All right, here we go. When former NFL player, wait a minute. When former NFL player Dwayne Hoskins was killed on a highway by a truck, it looked like the driver could not have swerved out of the, I guess he meant out of the way, true or not. Would an AI driver have had a better reaction time than a human driver in that situation? Tennessee, you know more about electronics than I do.
Yeah, I don't see an AI being even capable of seeing a human. I mean, they might be having a reaction, but what are they reacting to? We have a collision detection device on our trucks as Prime, and I have mine going off on the littlest things going on the side of the road that ain't even in front of me, and it's wanting to stop the truck. So what is an AI going to do?
Yeah. I guess he wasn't a defensive player because he would have stopped the truck himself. I do logs both 15 minutes. Yeah, you have to log this stuff. Stay legal.
Oh, yeah.
No ladder in the international.
Oh, so you got monkey bars in internationals?
I don't know what an international has. So let us know what an international has.
I might have to throw a video up on a couple of international trainers that we got out there, so I can just show what the inside of it looks like.
Good idea. I know they have a big, like under the bottom bunk, it like cuts into it, and like you lose storage under the bunk right there. And I don't understand it. I asked plenty of international guys. I'm all like, "What's that for?" And they're all like, "I don't know. Put your shoes under the bed, kind of, so you don't step on them." I was like, My shoes wouldn't even be that far in the truck." But yeah, Skeletor, please let us know what system they have in there. Is it climb the bunk? Is it going to be some pegs on the wall? Brian says I should be. Hold up. Actually, I know why International doesn't have a ladder in there, because they sleep in hotel rooms because it's in the shop all the time. They don't need a ladder. I'm surprised they even put bunks in there. Brian says I should be out at the end of August. That's when Angelica said I should be there. At least hope to see you guys there. Yes. Congratulations. You got a start date.
Oh, yeah.
Is it because you have a CDL that is so far out? Just curious. Peg Leg is my first member. Peg Leg says, I'm waiting for the day when FMCSA mandates escape doors for the top bunk that can be accommodated 450-pound drivers.
I'd like to see an escape door to begin with for the top bunk.
Dude, I would just like have a door big enough for someone to fit out of, like on the back of the truck, just going to the catwalk. Because
That's when you're getting
I would
into.
like.
I was gonna say
Well,
that's when
you're
you're
a
getting into.
flatbed. You have a toolbox.
Yeah. Well, I love this. Got to fight each other,
bro.
I was gonna say that the escape door to the back is when you're getting into mansions on wheels.
Yeah. I wish they would at least put a window back there. So, like, if you're laying in bed and your Qualcomm goes off and you're all like, oh, Jesus, it says something about the reefer. You could look out the window and see your reefer. Or you could open up the window and reach out there and go click, click, click. Fixed. Look at that. Got a new subscriber tonight.
Appreciate it.
That's 2 new subscribers for you, brother.
Hey, as soon as we hit that 800, we're going to do a live.
Then you should have been with Kiersey a long time. She's been YouTubing a long time. Great channel. Make sure, if I haven't said it earlier, I truly mean to go for you guys to check out Trucking Along with Kiersey and definitely subscribe to her. She is awesome. She's a great person, and it's a great channel. What kind of Mountain Dew is that? Is that Mountain Dew? Wow. That's a nice looking can.
We found a case of them. It's the hard Mountain Dew.
Never had none. You bringing me one to work tomorrow, right?
5%. Is that legal on the truck?
Oh, I thought it was just straight Mountain Dew. Oh, okay. They should have put a 1%er on there, but
hell yeah.
AI would instantly calculate the reaction that costs the least human life unless it's missed how many people are actually present in each scenario. Woo, that's a lot. Like, I'm not messing with AI. If someone crosses the road illegally at a red light, it's hard for trucks to stop. Stopping a semi usually is like flatbed football field. Example, if you see a deer, do not swerve, hit the deer. Exactly. Hans, isn't it true, Hans, that 18 wheels, 18 brakes, we can stop faster? That's what I always heard. 18 wheels, 18 brakes, you can stop faster. Hans will know the answer to that. He's super trucker. I like Hans. I like having Hans in here, our resident super trucker over here. I'm just playing, Hans. I know you do your job right, and I know you're not a super trucker. Like in my book, whenever I say you're a super trucker, that means like you're the best, like top-notch trucker we have on the channel. Oh, look at this. Oh, I didn't mean to put laughing. My bad. So Jeremy says, I'm coming to Prime next month. Any advice on my pre-trip? Check out my playlist. Definitely check out my playlist and get one of us as your trainer. We have an even easier pre-trip. Our pre-trip is pretty easy. Since we've been using our pre-trip, I've had 3 people fail. One person didn't know his name. One guy argued with me, and he was all like, this is correct. It's correct. I could go, no, dude, you have to say it's probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Say the stuff about it. He goes, you can't say it's correct. And we argued and argued and argued. And finally I said, you know what, take your test. So he failed because of that. He passed everything else. The end cap we use is spot on. It's perfect. And then the other guy that failed, I don't know what happened with that dude. He didn't get it right the first time. He was a perfectionist, so it didn't work out the first time. He reset it, tried it again. He messed it up again. He reset it the third time. He was doing it perfect. He got to the last one, and he was so upset that it didn't work perfectly the first time. He just said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. In cab's over. I'm done. I'm completed it. I'll do it better next time, because he wanted 0 points, 0 points, 0 points. He wanted a perfect test. I said, that's not how it works, bro. When you fail the whole thing, so there's no more chance of making a perfect test.
Well, since you brought that up, that's just like my student. Let's see here. We went out Saturday. I ran him through some of his maneuvers. And he was like, man, I got to redo this. I can't have 2-3 points on there. I got to have try to knock that down to 0. I ran him through this pre-test today because he tests tomorrow. And parallel, he did 7 points. His alley dock, he did 12 points. And I'm like, so you see what you're trying to do there? You're trying to run through this real quick without paying attention to what that trailer's doing, trying to get the best score possible, and you still got the worst one because you're worried about trying to make the best port. If you're not worried about it, then you'll get the better score. That's what I was trying to tell him. And then he finally did the third alley dock. He wasn't concerned about anything. He was paying attention to what he was doing. 2 pull-ups, 0 points.
Hold your horses, Mark Roller's in the house.
What's going on, B-Doo?
Man, awesome trainer right there. Great guy. We were talking today about him letting me make a video with that truck he has. So hopefully pretty soon I'm going to put on my Minion Insta Pumps, and I'm going to have to get a picture with me wearing my Minion Insta Pumps out there, and we're going to have to check out that truck and see what it looks like. I've never seen a video, like I've never done a video with one of the trucks that turns into the table and has an extra long sleeper. I think it's like a foot longer than a regular sleeper. So, it'll be, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great content. And to get an interview with Mark Roller, a lease PSD instructor, like, to me, that's big, because we're company guys. Having a lease PSD instructor on my channel, that's going to be, to me, that's kind of big. Looks like it's time for Twisted to get some reading glasses. I know. It's because I'll show you what it is. So on the banners, since I'm blind, I usually use like one of these or one of these or one of these, because whenever I pop up something in the chat, where was his comment at? It's a little bit bigger. I can see it better. But now I'm having to look over here because I can't see that.
And you even have your contacts in.
No, I have my contacts in.
I said you have your contacts in.
Yeah, I do. I think it was because I was fighting with that mic so much today and I got irritated. I just stressed myself out. Only have one leg. Any advice? Go over to Peg Leg's house and take his wooden leg, and then you'll be good. You'll have 2 legs.
Other than that, you shouldn't have any issues. We have our good friend Justin. He just tested out a student that had 1 leg. It was his right leg that he was missing. He passed pretty good. Even though his home state wanted him to go through some other hoops that he had to do to prove that he can drive that truck with the handicap that he had. Other than that, stick to your guns, work on pre-trip, work on backing, work on your driving, and you'll do good.
Yeah. And I've had a friend, and we called him Peg Leg, and when Peg Leg first came in here, I thought he was the same guy. But I had a friend, and we called him Peg Leg, and he had a fake leg too, and he was out there running freight just like me, like no problems. He was reefer. I wouldn't suggest going flatbed with a one leg because
I'm gonna
I wouldn't
stop
want
you
to
there.
climb on top of a load.
I'm gonna
Do
stop
what?
you there. I'm not gonna let a handicap ruin my abilities are. If you want to go flatbed, go flatbed. I've seen 2 videos with a guy that does flatbed, and he don't have either arm from the elbow to his fingertips, and he can still tighten down the load, do everything a flatbed needs to do.
I just worry about like climbing on top of that stuff. Like, how hard would it be to? Well,
Get you a ladder.
I guess you could climb up it with a ladder or something.
Yeah.
I'm scared of heights.
See, and that's why
I'm
you
not
don't do
going up there.
flatbed. You want to stay both feet on the ground, or in peg legs problem, 1 foot.
But I don't think you're gonna have any problems at all. You shouldn't have any problems.
No,
And
don't
like I said,
let your disability hinder you on what you want to do. If you got the
still
heart
go
to do
reefer.
it, if you got the heart to do it, do it.
Go reefer though. Reefer squad, man.
FBG all day, son.
I can see a 450-pound person jumping out of the escape door. He's gonna get hurt. I've seen some big guys and big girls that were athletic as heck. Like, I've seen some people can jump out of stuff like that. Like, I'm sure that's not a problem for everybody. Like me, I'll probably fall down some. Like, I'll probably get hurt. Like, plus I ain't jumping off of nothing, man. It's scary. Bro, if something looks dangerous, you can guarantee Twisted Big D is not going around it. I love that fixed reefer from Bet. Oh, yes. Yeah, I would love that. That would be awesome. We need to send that to the dab. I've seen her, but never got around to it. My bad. Got to give Hans the horn. Always giving Hans the horn. Pink. I don't know what that was about. Can I have a pink truck? Why? Can I have a pink truck?
If you
can order one.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
If you want a pink truck, you're gonna have to do a lease first, and you're gonna have to, what's it called? Ace lease it. I think it's called Ace lease, where you lease to own it at the end. If you're gonna pick your color like that, unless you get the entire thing wrapped. I've seen a lot of pink trucks out there, and if that's what you want, I would like a pink truck too, but I would want the hot pink. I wouldn't want no pastel pink. I would be real picky with my pink. I would want a hot pink, and I'd put pink flamingos all over it, like the little lawn decorations all over that sucker. No, Isaac, I'm just a regular truck driver. Like, learn something new every day.
I have actually a philosophy about that. If you're not learning something new every day, you're not living your life to the fullest. That's what I always say.
Yeah, always do research and whatever you want to know, and make sure like you learn more about it. Even what I'm doing, like, I can learn more every day. I listen to everybody. It's like Versatile Duckling says. He says that he picks up a piece from everybody. He uses what he needs, and he doesn't use what he doesn't need.
Oh, yeah.
What happens? What's happening, guys? Join the chat late. Love the Thursday night chats. Thank you, Lenny.
Appreciate it, Lenny.
Our focus was a lot of about pre-trip tonight, actually. That's what it mainly was about. Leah says, watch this constantly. Listen while sleeping, you will pass. She means to pass out. She's all like, if you listen to this stuff, man, you will go to sleep. It's boring. No, I'm joking. Doing cab with each other. Section repeatedly.
Yeah,
Yes, do lots of studying. And it's good to have one study buddy that y'all can test each other. Like, that's a great idea.
Well, I even tell my students, if they're going to pre-trip by themselves, at least do it in repetitions of 3. If you do it by 3, I'm that way. If I say it 3 times, I kind of remember it better versus if I say it once. So if you're going to do it at least 3 times as you're doing that section. I mean, then it's going to stick. Whatever it helps, it makes it stick. I know each person is different, but whatever helps you make it stick into your that gray matter in there helps. But mine is repetitions of 3.
Timothy Turbo says you ought to tell them to hit the cones and they will put it in the spot. Hey, if you're struggling with it, just run them all over. You'll put it in there. No, that's not how it works. But
at first we tell them that we don't give a crap. But
yeah.
when we're towards the end of time to test, we tell them, hey, we're supposed to be paying attention to what we're going for.
Exactly. Hey, Brandon, it's been a while. Where you been at? Where you been hiding at, brother? Hey, look, peg leg. Twisted, the color of your hat is the same color of the fire trucks at the airport. So I guess at your airport it's lime green.
Well, all airports are lime green.
I don't know what color I'm going to do the next hats. I was thinking of red, but I was also thinking of black or maybe a different color, like maybe blue or something.
Well, you already did.
Go ahead.
I was going to say you already did a black and blue. So you're going to
No, I've only done green. I'm talking about for the giveaway.
I'm talking about the giveaway. We gave away 2 blacks or 3 blacks, a couple of blues.
About this.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about this color. I'm going to pick another color for this.
Oh, for your hat.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get with the members and see what my group of members want to do since I got members now. Maybe do a poll with the members and see what kind of color they're into and go from there. And I'll probably give away a special hat to members only also.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm partial to gray. Putting that out there, brother.
I'm doing a gray hat just so you'll become one of the members if you're not already. John Gonzalez says, man, in California, you have to retake your Class C license before you can take your CDL permit test. That's BS. Whoa, retake your Class C license before you take your CDL permit test. John, that is the first I heard of that.
Yeah, get out of California.
Yeah, the California ship has sailed. It is sinking. Please get out of California.
Yeah, one more earthquake and it might be actually sinking too.
We'll throw some boos up for California. How about that? We'll boo California right now. I don't have nothing against California. They got good food. But the people living in California, I am sorry y'all have to jump through so many hoops to come out truck driving.
I've got a cousin that lives there. He has no problem in San Francisco. I'm going to leave it at that, San Francisco, but he has no problem living there.
Twisted, I climbed the ladder, weighed 425 legs, have driven big vehicles before I lost most of my eyesight. So there you go. Peg leg could do it. Most of your eyesight. I hope you can still see good enough to play video games, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving tomorrow for TNT. Big honker. Big honker. We should have did a video before you left. Big honker came out here, put me down on the application. You know, whenever he came out here, he got on my truck. It went smoothly. He texted me. He put me down on the application. Great contact. communications back and forth. And I was able to make sure it went smoothly, and he kept up on his side, and he got on my truck, and we had a blast together. We had a really good time. And, you know, he's been through some trials and tribulations to get his CDL. I wish I could talk on it more, but it's not my place to say it all. But let me tell you that he's fought, and he's had doubt, and he's came back, and, you know, he's done everything to get that CDL. Tennessee, you remember him?
Oh yeah, I remember him. And I want to let you know, Big Honker, be safe out there. Pay attention to what's going on. Get to that upgrade.
Tennessee kept on telling me too. He kept on telling me, man, that's a really good guy right there. I like that guy. He has a great attitude. He's a great guy, man. I bet that's a good student. And I'll be like, man, he is. And I feel like Big Honker and me got really close. Like, I really do. And I hope that someday he moves, because he was talking a little bit about moving sometime. So I'm hoping he does move down to this area, so maybe we can get the families together. And, you know, great guy.
And there have been times that you tell me, hey, I ask you, hey, when did you tell him to be here? And you said such and such time. And he was there as soon as we got there.
Yeah. He was out there waiting on us. I'm all like, I'm trying to, every morning I get to the terminal, and I get out there and I start playing my game. I start playing my League of Legends, and then Tennessee jumps in the passenger seat. Boom. We start talking. I'm playing my League of Legends, and I look over there, and I'm all like, oh, he's here already, dude. I'm all like, I'm just going to act like I don't see him. Don't look at him. He won't see us. I'm playing my game. But he already knew I was playing my game, and I enjoyed it, so he didn't really come over there and bother us. Sometimes he would come over and just hook up the trailer, because sometimes I'd back under it since it's right up front, and I start playing my game. He'd go hook up the trailer. He's all like, I'm ready for work, boss. Like, perfect student. Perfect student. Never late. Kenworth Rider's about to upgrade, guys. Pink hats. I did not think about pink hats. I need to get some pink hats.
There you go.
You are exactly right. Hans, question, does Prime have GPS on the Qualcomm? And if a driver uses their own truck GPS and it gives directions different from the Qualcomm, do they pay the extra miles? Did you want to jump in? I was about to jump in on that one. My bad.
Yeah, I was going to say our fleet managers run off of a certain program they use on their computers, so we get paid what that says. Now, you can talk to your fleet manager and say, hey, this said such and such from this to such and such from this, and they could possibly give you those extra miles. Now, if their program says less than what you're running, you better have a good excuse why you're running that longer miles, is what I always been told by my fleet manager. So,
all right, here I'm going to answer it too. So, thank you. This is what I have to say. They will pay us zip code to zip code. So that's how they do our mileage. They don't pay you actual miles on what the GPS says. We do have a GPS on the Qualcomm. It's Navigo. It's junk. It's good. It gets the job done, but I'm not a big fan of it. You can get your own GPS, and you can go by either one. You can go by the route of either one. Just make sure you do some trip planning, and you work that load from the shipper to your location, and from your location to the shipper. I work it back and forth, so I know where to go. Now, what I'm going to tell you with that is the extra mileage that you do. If it's an extreme amount, go ahead and tell the fleet manager, and the fleet manager will pay you for the extra most of the time. Now, if it's just a little bit, like you're over there like, man, it's an extra 10 miles. Man, 10 miles is not something I would even complain about.
Right.
You got to pick your battles there. Like sometimes it's good to fight for what's yours. Like, it's good to say something. Sometimes it's better just to say, you know what, you got me this time, because some other time you're going to get paid more than what the miles you drove was. So I hope that helped you out with that question right there.
And I do agree with you on that, Twisted.
Thank you.
That's pretty much what I said, but you took it from this to turn it to this, which is all right.
Yeah, I was all like, I'm just going to elaborate on it a little bit, but I guess it was like this much. Okay. My favorite color is camouflage. Camouflage is
that's
nice.
a good
I'll
idea
have to
too.
look for that. Isaac's dad says, Tennessee, how tough are the winners on flatbed, like tarps and strapping? Oh, they're horrible. It's freezing cold out there, ice everywhere, man. It's horrible. Let me let you answer it.
I mean, there ain't too big of issues. Yeah, you got to fight them straps when they're frozen. It takes a little bit more time to get them to break loose. Your tarps or stuffer. There's ways to work around it once you learn those ways to get around it. Other than that, it's the same. I have no problem. I look back at one of the loads, -2 degree weather, and I had no problem. I had to, yeah, I love that one. I had to get in the truck a couple of times to warm back up, but got right back out and finished my job. I mean, so other than that, it's just a little bit extra time, but it ain't even harder. It ain't no harder.
Bro, it's so cold out there. Sometimes it's so cold out there. I couldn't imagine being outside of the truck, tarping and strapping a load, because I don't like that cold weather. I'm from down south, man. It's so cold out there. Like, I figure if I was out there strapping down a load in some of that cold weather, I'd have to sit down to pee, and I would hope that it wasn't icicles coming out. It'd probably feel like kidney stones coming out. You know, it's bad business.
Well, most of our places that even in the wintertime, we're tarping inside. Most of them. But when you deliver, yeah, you're gonna untarp outside. But it's still, you always got the warmth of that truck to get in and warm up real quick and then finish your job.
Out of 3 different brand trucks that Primes has, which one gets the better fuel mileage at 60 miles per hour? From what I've heard, Peterbilt gets the best, and I don't know why, but that's what I heard. So,
but, well, let's look at turning radius though. So we have fuel miles, Peterbilt's up here, but on turning radius, the Peterbilt's down by at the very bottom.
Man, shots fired.
Bang, bang, bang.
You say you got better fuel mileage? Boom! You can't turn as good as me, sucker. So yeah, I can't give you the exact answer on that. From what I've heard, and I've had friends that drove. I had a friend that was in a Peterbilt, an International, and a Freightliner, and he said his Peterbilt got the best fuel mileage. I had a guy that was in a International and a Peterbilt. He said the Peterbilt got the best fuel mileage, and I had a guy that was in a Freightliner and a Peterbilt, and he told me the Peterbilt got better fuel mileage because he said that the Peterbilt was actually lighter than the Freightliner. I don't know. This is what he told me. I don't know which one weighs more, which one weighs less. So John Gonzalez says I would move to Texas, but Mama said no. Yeah, like, I would move to Texas. I love Texas. It was hard for me to move out of it, but Mama said, in my house, Mama said, hey, I'm moving to Springfield because you're up there all the time. And I said, well, we're not moving to Springfield. I'll tell you that right now. We are not moving to Springfield. We will move to Ozark or I said we will move to a small town around. I'm not coming to Springfield. Too many zombies running out there drooling on themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Need a red one. Mark, I'm with you, man. I love red. Like I'm ready for a red hat, Mark. Don't move to Florida. That is exactly right.
And the fact is that I've got 2 flatbedders out of Florida here recently. And that's not a good state for flatbed.
Florida is okay if you're retired, as well, Han says. Yeah, whenever you.
Okay, I had to reread that.
Get,
I seen retarded. Then you said retired. So okay, yeah, moving to flatbed if you're okay if you're retired, not retarded.
yeah, Florida's okay if you're retired. So I hear that it's better in the humidity for the older group of people. I heard it's better for the skin and stuff like that. Is why they go there. Oh, your camera's shy. It's okay, brother. Like, I would never, ever force you to do a video. Like, I would never force you to do a video. Jeffrey says, will there be any food in California now that drivers can't lease off? Yeah, that's where our produce comes from. Like, definitely there will be food there. A lot of the produce that goes all over the place is from California. So definitely. Han says, I'm too ugly to be on the camera. Hans, you're too fast to be on the camera, man. You're rolling down that street at like 70 miles per hour in that truck. We can't keep up with you. I can't do 57 to get a picture of you, bro. Big Hunger says, go for it. I have no secrets. Oh, like I didn't want to tell his whole backstory. That's what he was talking about.
That's all right. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, Big Honker.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up on some of these comments, so like we don't have time for it right now, but it makes for a decent stud. You know what? We'll just take a timeout right there. So Big Honker came out here, and he had a trainer that they didn't see eye to eye, and he ended up leaving. He ended up leaving Prime. He said, I'm done. And he was a day before his test. So he comes back out here, and he also got COVID, and he went home for that. So then he came back out here. He said, man, I'm not going back over there and dealing with the same trainer. We didn't see eye to eye. So he came all the way to Springfield, Missouri, and he lives real close to the PA terminal. So he came all the way down here. He found me on YouTube, followed me, and said, hey, I think we would get along. So he came out here, and I said, look, I'm hard to deal with. I'm never going to tell you you're doing good. I'm always going to tell you you're doing bad. That's how I am. I will tell you what you do wrong so we can fix it. And I said, I'm going to be a hard trainer. But the difference between me and maybe the other one is I don't talk down to you. Like, I'm stern on you and I'm hard on you, but I'm not going to talk down to you. I'm not going to cuss you out. I mean, we're all human. We use curse words. But so when we got to day 14 and we went out there to test, I'll never forget it. I look at him and I say, hey, it's day 14. You made it to test day this time. And he's all like, yeah, it's because, and that's whenever I found out, he's all like, yeah, it's because you didn't talk down to me. You didn't pretty much tell me off in front of a whole bunch of people. Like, you told me what I needed to do, and that was it. So, here I am testing out. So he left, and he ended up wanting a CDL so bad that he said, I'm coming back. I admire that. He didn't give up on it. He left. We'll say, you can say he gave up on it, but he also had COVID, so he was sick for a while. So with that time being so long, he was all like, man, I'm going to have to go relearn everything from the same trainer that we didn't get along with. So I'd rather not even deal with that. Plus, I have to take a sleep study in Springfield. I'm going to Springfield. So he came to Springfield and got with me, and we had a great time. Like, it was an honor to have him on my truck. He's a great person. He was like one of the perfect students. He was always worried about Alley Dog, though. But once I taught him my alley dock, because my alley dock is different than most people's alley dock. So once he seen my alley dock, he was all like, and I was worried about alley dock. That's easy. I was like, I know my alley dock's beast. But you hear all these students talk about, hey, alley dock is the hardest maneuver. Nah, my alley dock is beast mode all the way.
Yeah, and then on top of it, every time he asked a question to me, and when I said what I thought would be the answer, he was like, I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me know what you think. Even when you're his trainer, you was his trainer, he'd still ask me questions, and my question or answer would pretty much be the same question or same answer you'd give, and he was always appreciative of it because he's always finding that answer somewhere. If he couldn't ask you, he asked somebody close to him, and that's what I liked about him.
Yeah, great guy, awesome guy. John Gonzalez says, from what I hear, you got owner ops from all over coming to Cali to keep the freight moving.
Yeah, just because you're, I was gonna say, just because you're an owner op doesn't mean you can't come into the California. You just can't be a owner op in California. What's going on, Zane?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
You got a blankie on?
Yeah.
Are you cold?
No.
No.
Why you got a blanket on?
I just like how scratchy it is.
He likes how scratchy it is.
Oh, okay.
Go play, Bubba.
Where's Mom?
Mom is probably, I don't know. She's probably enjoying some wine somewhere. Go find her. I think she's upstairs on the deck.
No.
Okay, I think she's out back on the porch. Okay, John. Okay, so I don't think the owner ops are moving there, from what I understood, with everything going on.
But they're just moving freight out of there.
What? Love the snake. Pliskin? I don't know how to say that. Go for it. Tennessee. You're good at reading. Go ahead and say that word.
Yeah, you got me stumped on that one. Yeah, you got me really stumped on that one.
I don't know. Maybe he said he wants a snake skin hat. Company drivers get paid zip code to zip code, correct? Yes, Nick.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah, we don't get paid doorstep to doorstep.
Kenworth says, I received the news that I've been put on the upgrade list. Won't be in Springfield until the 24th. The trainer is on vacation. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kenworth.
Get the horn too, man. Like, you were on the list. You were doing it. You'll be in your own truck. You can come see us down there at the pad, hopefully, when you're here. We'll hang out for a minute. Freight shaker.
Yeah, Freightliners.
I love lumber loads in, there it is again. How we say it last time? Yakima?
Yeah, you just said
Washington in January. Topping really quick and easy. Glenn says, questions about APU. If you lease, could you get an EPU instead of an APU?
Yes.
You can? What's an EPU?
EPU is a solar-powered electric APU. We don't have the APU on the back. We have solar-powered, and battery banks to back up. Yeah. Me trying to actually speak.
See, you need some buttons like this on your side so you can throw them back at me when I'm stuttering. We'll have a war. I'll be like,
yeah. The reason why is because you're paying for that equipment on that truck. So if you're leasing that truck, you're buying that equipment for that truck. So
I didn't know that. So Timothy Turbo says there's too many things that could eat you in Florida. Yeah.
are you talking
All
about
kinds
truck
of stuff.
stops?
Twisted Big D Peterbilt only has a 13-liter engine. So that's probably why it gets better fuel mileage. Shout out to Tennessee Trainer. Thanks for what you did for me. Still out here grinding.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Get
And
some claps. Yep. Outside
keep
somewhere.
safe
Go
out
find
there.
it. Go
Anytime you're in the terminal and you're down at the pad, come see me.
Yeah, for sure. Come see him. So we can find out who Jason Cody is. I'm sure you know who he is. I'm better with faces.
Yeah, I am too. The name seems familiar, but yeah.
Has anybody been stopped yet for Blitz Week? No, I have never been stopped during Blitz Week. I've either got a pass on all the scales or I've taken the time off.
Let's say you don't have to stand over there. You can sit down.
I've been sitting so long on that bed doing that.
Twisted Big D is, it's announced Yakima, Washington.
Yeah, I think we
You're
went
gonna
to that
remember
last
that.
time. I think we
I'm
went to
giving
that
you-
last time.
I'm giving you a job, all right? You will always remember that. So next time I'm like this, I'm gonna be like Tennessee Flatbed. You pronounce that Yakima or Yakima.
Yakimom, Yankamom.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm thinking that he's coming up with some names over there to try and make it.
It's from now on going to be Yankamom.
Like he's gonna be like Mike Hunt, Washington or something. So I don't know, man. Man, I seen mosquitoes so big in Florida that a bird ate one and it choked to death. I swear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Florida, you have bugs out there like crazy. Nasty bugs. I don't like being out there. And I think the worst I've ever dealt with mosquitoes, though, honestly, the worst I ever dealt with mosquitoes was Arkansas. It was not fun in Arkansas with mosquitoes. Arkansas was horrible with mosquitoes.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought it was later than that. I was all like, man, it's already. I thought it was later than what it is.
If you're gonna look at the time, we got 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, my watch is almost dead, so it's been on power saving mode. So I was like, I don't know what time it is, but once I see an hour up there at the top, I was like, we're gone. But
yeah, we got a few more minutes.
You have 2 tests tomorrow, and you have one test tomorrow.
One test.
And I have 2.
Yeah.
What time is your test?
First thing in the morning. Sign in at 6:30.
Yes, sir, Mark. We will see you out there in the morning.
Oh yeah, brother. You be safe.
You lucky dog. I got the 8 o'clock and the 9 o'clock or whatever. I got this second 2.
Yeah. Who you testing with?
I don't
remember?
know.
I'm gonna say I've got Naomi.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm testing with. Kenworth Rider says, in the South, mosquito is the state bird.
I believe that one.
Dude, I hate mosquitoes. Bo says, what opinion does a company driver have for inverters? Pretty much the one that comes on the truck.
Yeah, because we can't change that. We can't change our inverter unless we go jump through hoops to try to get a bigger one.
Yeah, and a lot of it is because they think like they're pretty much like, hey, if you put too big of a one, there's a chance that it can burn down the truck or it can cause a short or something like that.
And
So
that
I know everybody is always wanting to put a bigger inverter in there, but the thing is, they don't want you to, and that goes for lease side too. Unless you own the truck, they don't want you putting a bigger inverter in there. They want you to keep it the same size, and there's a certain size. I cannot remember what it was, but I used to remember it. But there's a certain size that there's a max you can go up to in there.
Well, and a lot of that is due to the wire size. A lot of the people that are going to install your inverter don't try to change or swap out the wires. So they try to put a bigger inverter on an incorrect wire size, and that's what burns down your truck. Now, if they're going to reroute new wires to the inverter, it takes bigger gauge wire. So a lot of the lease or success leasing, the reason why is because a lot of those places don't want to change out the wire. They just throw a new inverter in there and think that's better. You have to change the wire size, your power wire and your ground wire going to it to hold those amperage. I used to be an electrician. That's why I know that.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, your sound systems are paying dues right now.
Oh, yeah.
10 court stories. Any owner ops to prime that do pad PSD only. And yes, there are. So
Yeah,
there
well,
definitely are.
he just signed off just a minute ago. B-do.
Oh,
Appreciate it,
Hans,
Hans.
thanks for the super chat. Thank you. How can I get my hands on a Prime Ink shirt? I could go to the company store and buy you one and send it to you. I would have to go see what they had and stuff, but I could run over there to the company store and find you one. So you know what? I think the company store. Let me look it up real quick. Isn't there a link for the company store?
No, you still have to go in there and get it. They
Oh,
show, but you can't. I don't think you can order stuff online. Last time I was looking, because I was looking up some items the other day.
it says shop now.
Maybe I'm lying. I could be wrong.
Let me click on something and see if I can get it shipped to the house. Add to cart. Check out. Uh, Billing, country, address, shipping.
Yeah, I was lying. Look at that.
Okay, I'm about to put the link in there for you. Let me get these dumbbells out of my cart. Reload.
Yeah, we already know Twisted does a lot of heavy lifting on them doors.
So let me paste this in here, and that takes you to the the shop. Oh gosh, share screen. We want.
There you go.
Oh gosh, what did I do wrong? I did something wrong.
I see the link in the chat.
Yeah, that's not right. Let me try that again. See, I'm learning this stuff still. See, Windows.
Learn something new every day.
All right, so you click on that, and it will bring you to this screen right here. And shop now. There you go. You got some t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. We got clothing, driver health and fitness, face masks, footwear, prime gear.
I like how that face mask has its own little icon.
This website's not that great, is it?
It's a little slow.
Is there a search? Am I missing the search bar?
Scroll all the way back up the top. It's right next to help.
Yeah, but I mean, I clicked this stuff over here. You think that it would change this crap over here? Look, I'm cheap. I'm going lowest to high. Oh, I guess I need to click on clothing and men over here, huh? I'm done messing with it. It's already frustrated me. Bye-bye. Oh, then it goes to it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm done with that. That business right there. But there you go, Hans. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
like and subscribe if you love that content he just did.
If you love the train wreck going on right now, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell because you will see a train wreck every single time.
Oh, geez.
Let's go back up. Did we get to that one?
Yep.
That's a lot of flat. Twisted Big D. I see a lot of flatbed drivers complaining about delivery times not being accurate or appointments not being true. Is that normal or is that a newer issue? Drivers on flatbed. There's your flatbed question. I know you wanted one.
Yeah, see, it's you got to communicate with your fleet manager real quick before you actually try to get there. Always try to be early or before your appointment just to make sure. I did run into an issue. I had no appointment time when I got to my receiver on Monday, and then when I got there, they were like, "Well, we're appointment time only, and we don't unload afternoon." And I was there at 1 o'clock, so I had to wait until 9 o'clock the next morning to get unloaded. But it's still communication with your fleet manager. If you're not for sure if that's correct, call them, ask them, make sure it's correct, and be sure that you're trying to be on time or before the appointment so you don't run into that issue.
Yeah, I agree with that. Make sure that there's communication right there. You definitely have to have good communication. Why do some of the pad PSD lightweight trucks have seats all ripped up? Who is responsible to have them replaced? I have no idea. Probably one of the in-house like Miss D or Z, or I don't know, maybe Dave. Who would you think would be in charge of that?
The head person of it, Stan Casterkey.
That too, yeah, maybe Stan. 20 people watching and only 5 likes. Come on, man. Thank you,
Yeah.
Isaac's dad.
I see that 16, but I only still see 1 on my end, but I hadn't refreshed it in a while. And that one was
I'm on
me.
that twice. Oh, one's my Twitch and one's my YouTube. I see. I was like, why am I on there twice?
Did
Good
you
night,
do
Glenn.
Twitch?
Be safe. Yeah, I got the Twitch going at the same time.
Oh, what's going on, Twitch?
Yeah, you're making your debut on Twitch. Actually, this is like the second or third time you've been on Twitch.
Too bad I don't have that platform.
Yeah, you don't have that one?
Not yet. I don't have good enough internet here to do anything for gaming or streaming on Twitch. So.
Yeah, and you were playing Assassin's Creed earlier.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Kenworth Ryder says, I had a Tyson load recently picked up in Virginia that sent us to the wrong receiver in New York. Had to go back 480 miles to Pennsylvania to the correct shipper. did to 4 other prime loads. Woo, that's bad.
Yeah, that
Were the bills the right address? And Tyson is
yeah,
ooh,
because
Tyson.
you got to double check the bills to your Qualcomm message. If those bills aren't right, you got to let your fleet manager know. Hey, this is not the address shown on the directions.
Ew, Tyson. Yeah, they had to be the right bills or live loaded call. We have to do on reefer side. We have to do this horrible thing called live loaded call that Flatbed does not have to do.
Hey, we get that message, but my fleet manager already tells me don't call me.
Don't call me. Use Google Maps and trucker path reviews and research shippers and receivers and get an ideal of what you're driving. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's all trip planning right there. It definitely is.
I always tell my students double fisted. If they're going to use the Navigo,
That
use
sounds
Google
bad.
Maps. If you're going to use both of those, then use your Atlas and your door to double check, make sure those two are right. And always get an aerial view of what your receiver looks like or your shipper so you know what driveway to enter. You got to have a game plan. It's called pre-trip or pre-planning that trip.
Trip planning.
Yep.
I
There's
call it
50
trip
million
planning.
ways of saying it.
My bad. I call it trip planning. My bad.
Pre-planning that trip is what I usually say.
Yeah, it's all the same. We're both saying the same thing. We're just saying it 2 different ways. We are definitely saying the same thing.
Oh, yeah. So we got a couple more there, brother. We're hitting at 8:04 now.
We're hitting 8:04 already.
Yep.
Let's get it caught up a little bit. How much do examiners make at Prime? I'm not sure the exact amount. It's based on a lot of different stuff. It's based on the amount of students. It's based off of what's it called? Amount of students, the amount of tests they do. It's based off of hourly pay. It's based off of I really can't tell you the exact amount or I can't tell you how much it is. I don't know truthfully, but also I'm not an examiner, so I really don't know if that makes any sense. You want to add anything to that?
I mean,
Good advice. Well, yeah, for sure. Great advice. I've been trying to find this link for a while. So there, Hans, there's also my merch store. So if you want to ever check out my merch store.
hey, if we hang on a little bit, we can have our tire guy come in and say hi real quick.
Who? Oh, the tire guy. You mean he still comes over there even though he has his own house?
Yeah. He's actually going on that special trip we're going on this weekend. I just seen his truck drive by.
Oh, here, while I'm talking about it right here. The first shirt is not unreleased. I don't know why that popped up there. But we got the unbuckle your pants and let the gut hang out. We got the dumb truck driver hoodies. We got the eat, sleep, and pre-trip shirts. We got the caution overthink will mess it up every time. We got mugs, trucker wife shirts. It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. We got the trifecta with the twisted Big D truck on it. Real truckers have beards. Taker Clan. Boo. Taker Clan.
I think you
We
need to
have
put one
my
on there.
favorite shirt. We got my favorite shirt right here, and that's the dumb truck driver shirt. We got stickers, women's t-shirts, phone cases. We got tank tops. We got zipper hoodies, mouse pads, Bobtail Rodeo, Reefer Squad, Flatbed Gang shirt. There you go. There you go. Say it.
Hell yeah, FBG.
I had to. And we got the Twisted Big D shirt. We got the Primetime Paintball logo shirt. We got some more
Come out here.
long sleeve blue Gatorade.
Say hi
shirts.
to everybody.
Oh,
Here's
hold
our
on.
tire guy.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Hey,
You been
now that we
working
got
hard?
you here, tell us a little bit more about Manuka.
Manuka?
Yeah, Manuka.
So I went to Manuka to change tires for them. What was it, the 5th? Yeah, the 5th through the 10th. They are very, how do I say this? It's very open. It's very slow right now, so your truck tire appointments and stuff like that, you're gonna get in and out, along with your trailers. I mean, if you're just dropping it and going about your business for the night, good on you. It's gonna get done by in the morning. But they are kind of low on staff, so I'd be a little more patient with them. But hey, I mean, it's open now. I'd go visit. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been looking for. I mean, that's a good spot between here and Kansas City for a flatbed stop for at least a break.
So I've seen pictures. I've seen an outbound and an inbound looking building, kind of like we have. Is it just a fenced-in yard after that, or do they have a separate building that's a terminal, or do they have like a terminal-style building right there? I've seen pictures of some showers. Are there some showers in there? Is there food in there?
So, kind of how we have our driver lineup. I basically say that. So you got our driver lineup. I'm talking about the Springfield Plaza. Then you got your bays and stuff like that on the outside, right? So you got like a hallway, and then you got your driver's lineup. You got your little break room, I guess you could call it. And then you got so the bays are going to be tank wash, rebuild, and then I think that's it.
So it's
So
like
that's
our inbound, outbound, the way it is.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's only inbound, if that makes sense. Like they bring them in, and they get done with them, and they go drop them. That's it.
Oh, so there's okay.
Does that
Well,
make a
that's
little
not too bad. You get checked in, they get the stuff done, checked in, and all that. Oh, Hans with the super chat. As long
Yeah,
as you
but-
ain't selling Insane Clown Posse shirts. Oh man. Boo, Hans, boo.
Hey, and then now we're back on that. I think you need to send one of those Harmony shirts to Christina real quick.
Oh yeah. I did not mean to show that. It's unpublished. Like I don't know why it showed up right there. I don't.
Well, when you do make one, if you do, send one us
Yeah.
our way, please.
Yeah, I will for sure. I think Sarah has one too. But yeah, look at this. Did you tell Trucking Along with Kiersey that she's lazy because you never saw her come through the bay?
Yeah.
Dalton.
I'm not answering any questions right now.
You plead the fifth. You will not confirm or deny any allegations.
No, sir, I will not.
Smart man, smart man.
I learned the rough way.
Yeah, he was about to marry my daughter.
Oh, Han's getting on you, bro. How dare you say that to Kiersey?
So sorry.
All right. We're
Now
in
they're
at
all booing you.
8:12, man.
Oh, my bad. So we're both testing students out in the morning. Dalton, thanks for coming by. It's good
I
seeing
appreciate
you.
you stopping in, man.
Absolutely.
We are gonna get out of here. you know, it was a good live. I think we answered a lot of questions, and we pretty much talked a lot of trash tonight about pre-trip. But we learned,
yeah.
hey, pre-trip is important. Study, 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 study.